In this episode, Trudith Trudy Frutti from the planet Nuisance Minor stops in to give us unsolicited advice because that's what she does. It's all she does. You can't stop her. She'll just keep nagging and nag.
It's okay, Trellis. It's okay. It's all right. Trudy sticks her nose into the business of planets galaxy-wide thanks to her legion of spies she calls societal scouts.
So, roll your towel up into a pillow, even though it won't help, and I guess lean back and
prepare to learn about the penetrating stares of the well-behaved army of dolls she calls Trudy's cuties.
Shut up and sit down.
welcome back to Hitchhikers and Appetizers, coming to you from booth 42 at Millyways. I am, as always, your host, Trellis Gardeen, and with me in the booth, you know him, you love him, he'd eat your appetizers if you weren't looking, Horatio Zinn.
I would just eat the appetizer, just take them because it's quality control. I consider myself. It's a bit like being a citizen, a deputized citizen here in the restaurant.
Do you leave a number on the plate that says inspected by number?
Yes.
5741. What is your number?
It depends on what number is in my head at the time. I just leave a number inspected by. And sometimes I do letters or something like that. Just to confuse them. But I think it's a good service to provide as a patron here. Is to help do a little quality control. I think so.
How would you feel, Horatio, if someone were to walk by,
yes,
and you happen to be glancing in the other direction, and there were 10 firecracker shrimp on your plate, and you turn and there are 9, or maybe even 8 firecracker shrimps on your plate?
Violated. If you're violated. Angry.
Yes.
I might appreciate the quality control that someone else was trying to do to check that my shrimp was fine, but I would tell them, back off. I tested it myself. I'm an expert. You amateurs, go play an amateur pool. Go get in the wading pool. Go get in the little kiddie pool.
The little kiddie sauce dipping pool?
Yes. They're not ready for the deep end. They're not ready for the deep end.
I think maybe perhaps at the start of today's show you have learned something. Yes?
Oh, have I?
Yes, I think you have.
I didn't know that. This is very exciting.
You just said violated. I mean, so basically what I'm trying to say is don't touch my firecracker shrimp, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at. This is the long way to go around to.
Oh, I'm not going to test yours. I know yours are fine.
Well, yeah, you know they're fine because you ate 6 of them when I went over to the restroom and came back.
Again, quality control. Quality.
No,
it's because I care. It's because I care. I care so much.
I don't believe you care at all. I believe you care in just eating other people's food.
I care about eating shrimp. I don't want to just limit it to the shrimp.
Well, speaking of caring,
I would want to offend all the other fine dishes. What? We're caring now. We're caring. Moving into the caring.
I don't know if we're caring or not, but I think our guests. I get a very caring vibe from our guest today.
I do as well.
I know. I bet she would care a lot about whether or not you were taking other people's shrimp, even if it's under the guise of quality control.
The reason, guys,
not
nefarious. Heist.
Nefarious.
This isn't a shrimp heist, Gerald Trellis.
Well, it couldn't be a heist because a heist involves a crew, and you are a one-man show, and there would be no crew that you would split the shrimp with.
I'll talk about my pickpocketing skills of taking food from people. For whatever reason, they shove food in their pocket.
I was going to say, who's putting food in their pockets that you would want to pick it out of?
People who are easily distracted, and I don't know. I've got a book on it. Buy my book on it.
Be that as it may, I would like to say hello to our guest today. Now that I've got you off on a complete tangent and distracted.
Yes.
Because I would like to meet our guest. Please introduce yourself.
Well, hello. I'm so excited to be here. I am Trudy Frutti. Well, Trudith, but you can call me Trudy. I come from the planet Nuisance Minor. We are kind of the neighborhood watch planet of the universe.
The neighborhood watch planet. What other Now, is that just planets within your solar system, or are you peeking in over the cosmic fence, if you will, at other solar systems or galaxies?
Oh, we follow all the news and gossip on what's going on the other planets. It's, it's my stories, basically.
Your stories. Do you have, it's like a network of contacts or something in some ways?
Spies, perhaps? Sounds like to me spies.
Yes, I'm picturing spies going out.
Measuring people's lawns.
Spies is so formal. We have a collection of societal scouts, really, that just kind of go on their merry way.
Did you kind of self-appoint yourself to be overlooking these other solar systems, or are these solar systems that have hired you, and you're part of the solar system HOA, Showa?
That'd be the POA, the planetary of Homo
I don't know the
Planetary
official
Owners
title. Trudy can
Association.
tell us. I'm just guessing.
Mr. Trellis, aren't you very brazen to challenge my authority?
Oh, he is brazen. He is
Oh,
definitely
I
brazen.
am as brazen as it gets. I'm like a braised chunk of gorgeous meat.
I've tried to tell him to not be so brazen, to unbraze a little bit, tone down the brazing.
I mean, your skin is so taut, it has a lovely sheen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I don't see how it allows you to make expressions, but that's fine. That's fine.
I like you already.
Oh, you would.
Yes.
You would like Trudy.
Calling you out on your excesses.
Horatio, you're such the charmer.
Aren't I though? She is so perceptive. That's something I noticed right away. She's incredibly perceptive.
Well, perceptive. She said excess though, and there is no excess on my skin. That's why it's so taut.
Well, yeah, an excess of work over. Let me pull out. I have here in my duffel bag. I have a flip book. Trellis has gone through so many different faces
the flip
over the years.
flip book.
And I have here, so if you want to take a look, it's very large. This is only one volume. I have a flip book. You can go through and flip through all his faces. And I would think that's excessive. I'm up to about, how many volumes? Because I don't have them all here with me.
Is that volume 1, the baby years? Or...
That's the baby years, yes. So you see all the different
Right.
faces he went through in the baby years.
You know, the interesting thing about this flip book is, page by page, it's certainly
Yes.
thorough. It's certainly comprehensive. But if I just ruffle through them quickly, I'm actually watching the evolution of man.
Yes.
Yes, or a man.
Would I be representative of all beings in the universe? I kind of like that title. I think I like where this is going.
I must say, those shrimp do look delicious.
Yes, that's true.
They are very good. Would you like one? See, Horatio, this is what. See, someone asks and you offer one
What?
to them. You don't just take it off their plate.
What?
Because under the guise of quality control. Trudy, let me know.
But what if they say no? The big flaw is, what if they say no?
Then
You
I
get to keep your
my
shrimp
Yes, but then I wouldn't get that shrimp.
until you look away for a moment.
Yes. Oh, look over there, Trellis. Look. That's delicious.
Horatio!
Oh, I'm sorry. It just flew
Come
into
on,
my
both
mouth.
of you? Both
Yes,
flew
this-
into your mouth. It did not just
That is
fly.
good, isn't
I know
it?
they're just because they're butterfly shrimp doesn't mean they fly.
Oh, I don't know. Mine did. I flung it at myself, but that's sort of a form of flying.
It does taste delightful, but I cannot understand how you can eat so many and not suffer the consequences of heartburn. You don't have a bit of greenery. Shouldn't you be ordering a salad?
A slolid?
A salad.
A salad,
Horatio.
some
A salad. Oh, I thought a slolid.
some roughage.
Some roughage of some sort. Roughage. The salad bar. I'm sorry. I'm so many emotions. So many emotions
Look,
with the
see,
salad bar.
do you see how flustered he gets at the thought of having anything healthy approaching his body? He can't even talk about the salad bar without getting completely tongue-tied.
It's.
You can sit up straight, be proud of yourself. That's fine.
Straight.
I'm glad her lens is now turned to you.
I don't like that as much. I find that a bit intimidating. It's interesting how
She's
warmth.
the magnifying glass, and you're the gigantic ant about to burst into flames.
Please don't make me burst into flames.
Please, don't. You flatter me, thinking that I have an incendiary power in my gaze.
I couldn't tell. I mean, because there is a warmth.
I bet if we asked some of those neighboring solar systems if your gaze was fiery, they would be more than willing to agree that Trudy is a very intense individual who is very much aware of the goings-on in their solar system. What's the most interesting violation you found?
Oh, yes.
Goodness, I don't like to tell. I don't like to spread tales.
Someone's planet was the wrong color.
Lawn ornament related, perhaps.
Lawn ornament related incident. Well, this is going to be completely off the record, right? Just between you, me, and the lamppost.
Oh, yes, no one
Of course.
listens to us. I don't listen
Yes.
to us.
There was the one incident of a roaming gnome.
Oh.
He put the most obscene decoration out on his lawn.
Oh, no.
Because gnomes are terrible gardeners. People don't realize this.
I didn't know that.
But they are terrible, terrible gardeners.
No. You'd think they'd be good.
Oh goodness, they'd let the weeds run wild if they had their way.
Oh.
And so he took a collection of weed lawn ornaments. They just looked like giant plants that were overgrown and scattered them all over my lawn.
Oh, that's terrible.
That sounds like fun to me, I'm not going to lie.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds like fun. You haven't tried pulling them.
And also, Trellis, didn't you look at
That's
the...
manual labor. That's manual labor. You think I'd be doing that? Come on.
You can't tell the weeds from the lawn ornaments at that point. It's just mass chaos at that point.
Exactly. It is mass chaos, and the lawn ornaments themselves just permanently take up residency.
How rude.
Now, did you
They
find them?
claim eminent domain to their own little square inch of lawn for each one.
How terrible.
I had to file eviction notices
Oh,
for each and every one of those suckers.
for the whole planet?
All the lawn ornaments, you evicted the lawn ornaments.
I had to. I
Oh.
had to.
Oh.
Where does an evicted lawn ornament go? Are they homeless? Are they just wandering the streets? It's kind of cruel.
Are they like vacant lot ornaments at that point?
My understanding is they get so ashamed they just go under the water. They take up refuge in the seas
Oh.
and plant themselves there.
Never to be seen again.
Have you ever worried that perhaps a revolution is fomenting from under the seas? All these exiled lawn ornaments? Perhaps they might get together at some point and emerge from the seas.
Slowly emerge from the seas, chanting Trudy slowly.
Please, certainly can happen. That's why I don't even dare dip my little toes in.
I wouldn't if I were, no.
No, you never know. They could just latch on.
Have you ever thought that there could be a day of reckoning, Trudy? You know, again, people don't like other people's getting in their business. And I gotta assume some of these solar systems don't like the fact that you're coming in there with a long list of things that they shouldn't be doing, that they, because no one bothers reading through all of that stuff when they move into a solar system. Nobody looks at it. They think, no one's going to be paying attention. I'm going to paint the planet the color I want it. I'm going to let my trees grow the way I want it. And you know what? If I want to leave my spaceship parked out in front of my house
On blocks.
all night
On blocks.
on blocks, I'm going to do it.
You can tell Trellis gets a little bit passionate.
Well, I'm not here to force anyone to change their mind. I mean, you can just park your spaceship wherever. But I'd be very disappointed in you.
Oh,
Oh, that gaze. Oh, that gaze of disappointment. I wish our listeners could see that.
I felt a twinge of guilt there for a half a second,
Oh.
Horatio, which is far longer than I ever do.
She doesn't need laser fire eyes. She's got the
No.
look.
She got the guilt,
I feel.
the disappointment.
Oh, she is so disappointed in you, Trellis.
Me?
I mean, if you want to show absolutely no respect for either your vehicle, your neighbors, your fans.
Oh,
I understand you have quite a reach.
we do.
Exactly. Think of the fans. What kind of example are you setting for them?
Yes, Trellis, think about that. What kind of example? Are they going to be out there doing terrible things in your name?
Do it in Horatio's name, because remember, he's from Schenectady, the home of bad planning, which, quite frankly, I got to believe there aren't any homeowners associations on Schenectady, because otherwise you might actually have a room connected to your actual house and roads that actually go to their intended destinations.
That's true. That would take a lot more planning than just homeowners association. No, the homeowners association, it's totally, yes, it's completely scattered out.
Trudy, have you ever thought about turning your wrath, to Schenectacus?
Slip.
I think
Slip.
that would be your heaven. You'd be in heaven there, directing people on how to fix things up.
Exactly.
Of course, you're not biased, of course. It's your home planet. So, of course, you call it heaven.
What? What are you talking about?
You just called your home planet heaven.
No, I said Schenectacus would be
Oh.
like heaven for her.
Oh, I'm
because she
sorry.
would
I
have
took it away. Yes.
the number of things that she could be telling people to do would be off the charts.
Oh, well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was still a bit befuddled by the gaze of disappointment. I was still trying to shake that off.
it's not in my position to direct Schenectacus. I mean,
could be.
there's bad planning, and then there's well-intentioned but misguided planning.
Oh, misguided planning. I like that.
Exactly.
Misguided means that there was like actually some sort of end goal, and I don't even know if Schenectacus has that.
We haven't made it that far in our development that we look at end goals.
This is your dream planet to go and tell what to do.
It could break you. It could break you, to be honest.
That's a possibility. Have you thought about going to Schenectacus, Trudy?
Well, I generally don't get out much. I mean, quite frankly, it's a treat just to be here.
Oh, it's a treat to have you here.
You don't get out much because you're usually got your nose in other planets'
Trellis.
business, or is this a break? Are you finally taking a break? And then people are like rejoicing. Trudy's leaving. Good luck. Have fun at Millyways.
Trellis. That's not. I have to say, I find that a bit rude. She emerged from wherever it is she doesn't leave from, and she's here, and you just Trellis. So here's a good example. What would you say to correct Trellis on what he just did, on the egregious error he just made? Try to guide him back to the right path.
First of all, I would tell him to pay closer attention to his food, because I was able to scoop up the rest of his shrimp
Ah!
Brava!
and put them in my purse
Brava!
for later. No, it is true that my community was very supportive of my taking a much needed vacation. They did throw me a bon voyage party.
Oh, how nice.
I understand I wasn't there to personally see it. It happened, I just missed it.
Oh.
Apparently, but the timing
That
can always be off. I understand that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I missed a lot of birthdays that way on Schenectacus. It's a lot of birthday parties for myself. I would generally wander into someone else's birthday party. It's a better chance of me just finding a random one than showing up at my own.
Well, I got to imagine you probably ate all of the cake before anybody arrived.
If I got there early enough, yes. Obviously.
No, you got there early enough to your own party?
Oh, I rarely made it to my own. I would generally miss those because of planning.
That's true. There was probably no location on the invitation. So
No, and if
people
there was,
just
it was the
wandering
wrong
around,
one. Typos.
knocking on doors. Is this Horatio Zinn's birthday party? Who are you talking about?
So you just wandered in as an uninvited guest to take your share of cake.
Yes.
Oh.
Is that all it takes? Just a bit of sugar to lure you? You're like an ant.
It was an opportunity.
Don't let this go, Trudy.
If they didn't want me to eat it, they shouldn't have left it out. I'll just put it that way.
Get him.
If they didn't want me to, they shouldn't have left it out.
Get him, Trudy.
Oh, you boys were just so full of energy there.
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, there's the look.
If someone's going to have the decency to throw a birthday party, they should at least have enough cake to serve for everyone.
I agree.
And whether invited or not. So that is partially on the host as well.
Yes. How'd you like that, Trellis? How you sicked her on me, and she really went after me, didn't she, Trellis?
That did not go as I expected. How did you come out of that unscathed?
Because I was in the right.
He literally is walking into other people's houses and eating their cake, and you're putting it on the people for not having enough cake?
It's their fault.
I do not understand.
You don't want someone to eat you out of house and home. Make sure you're well stocked.
No wonder there are weed gnomes running rampant on the planets under your purview.
They're dangerous, I tell you. As soon as I stepped out of my house, there were 72 weed gnomes waiting for me.
Oh,
The revolution, as Horatio mentioned.
that would be imposing. That would be terribly imposing. Can you imagine that? Being surrounded? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm retreating into myself because that's frightening.
Are you imagining 75 firecracker shrimps outside your door waiting for you, looking at you angrily?
Oh no, that would be lovely. I would just eat my way through those. But weeds, I'm not going to eat weeds. I'm not going to eat weed gnomes.
Well, yeah, that'd be like attacking a salad, I guess.
Yes. Oh.
Now, Trudy, is your position self-appointed? I think I asked that earlier, but I don't think we got the answer. Are you on some sort of official board to go around to these planets and give them unsolicited advice about, their neighborhoods?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't entirely call it unsolicited advice.
Oh.
Because, quite frankly, they wouldn't leave so much opportunity there for commentary if they didn't want solicitation of it.
I think if they didn't want someone to comment on what they were doing, they probably would have done it better.
Exactly.
Would you say that's pretty fair?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They open themselves up. It's like leaving cake out on a table when I'm anywhere in the vicinity. It's like you're just asking for it.
Exactly. They would do it more stealthily and outside of my watch, quite frankly.
I'm assuming, Trudy, with all this time to put your nose into other people's business, that you don't have a family.
That's an interesting assumption, Trellis.
Well, frankly, I kind of find that I'm family with everyone, you know?
Oh, that's lovely.
There's so many wonderful beings in this universe.
So are you the mother of the universe, the universal mother?
The mother hen.
I just want to adopt them all.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And so beings are not with their nurturers 100% of the time. So I'm just kind of the stopgap to fill in.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Keep people from making poor decisions, like eating all those shrimp and no vegetables.
You are the foster home of neighborhood improvement. Would that be inaccurate?
Oh.
They come in for a little while, you get them fixed up, you send them on your way.
Oh, I don't invite them to live with me. Heavens
Oh,
no.
well, I mean...
Oh, you don't
I meant
invite them to
invite
live? No, you're not going to invite them to
meant,
live with you?
I just meant inviting them into your point of view, into your your vision for what you think the neighborhood or the planet should look like.
It's not so much an invitation in. It's more of a...
Order.
You know, I observe.
Demand.
You have this
10 written
wonderful
notices.
this wonderful guide that you're writing.
Yes.
But really, you're piddling away your time sitting in a
Piddling?
restaurant.
Oh, that hurts.
How
Ouch.
much are you spending
Ouch.
Oh, that
dining out?
Spending. Oh, nothing.
Oh, no, we don't spend anything.
This is covered by the guide. This is hard work. You're going to be in the guide.
I was going to call it total sloth, but
Sloth.
yes. But we're sitting here, we're
It's mental.
mental
It's
work.
mental
That's true.
work,
That's true.
Horatio. Perhaps not so much physical, but very much mental.
Well, it's physical when I try to reach for some shrimp and there's nothing on the plate.
That's the only time you ever have any empty calories.
I'm sorry, I just have to throw. Your purse smells wonderful. Your purse.
Well,
with
yeah,
the
of
shrimp
course
in
it does.
And I just wanted to mention that, and I can't stop looking at that purse and the aroma coming from it.
Dazzled it myself.
Oh, that's wonderful, and it smells like shrimp. I have a seemingly random question, but I was wondering, do you happen to have a room back at your home that's full of dolls that you dressed very meticulously? And do you ever scold them or anything? I was just curious. I just was getting that kind of vibe that there might be something like that.
My dolls are all very well behaved.
I'm sure they are.
They never step out of line, so I never have to scold them.
Come on, Horatio.
I might gently reposition them. I might change their outfits to a more
She could reposition them right now. They'd all be giving you the finger, Horatio.
Oh, would they do that? Would you make them make a rude gesture like that?
I wouldn't make them make a rude gesture. They might choose to display an appendage as they see fit.
That's actually scarier. The display an appendage. That certainly, because that says may not be a finger. It may not be a finger. I assume you said you reposition them. I assume you don't want like ones that talk a lot to each other. So you want to make sure that they're not bad influences on each other.
Exactly. Also, for the sake of sharing knowledge.
Oh.
Because Minerva and Carl will always seem to end up next to each other and gossip like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, Minerva and Carl. That's so Minerva and Carl.
Would they be gossiping about the state of the house or what's going on? What's going on with Trudy? Or are they in on whatever you are currently pointing your wrath at?
Their room has full windows to the outside. They're my proxy when I can't be watching in all directions at once.
Oh, I bet that's wonderful to go by your house
Very
and just
wise.
see dolls staring out through the windows. I bet that just is very welcoming to people, too.
It puts people on notice.
Yes.
It's like a giant sentry tower, really.
Yes.
Nothing like dead doll eyes.
Do you ever put them in ships and just send them to these random planets? Neighborhood watch?
They do at times get charged with missions.
Oh, wonderful. You ever had them just like, you just will set them in, like, break into someone's house and just have it set on a table or something, so they would walk in the door, they have this judging doll there waiting for them.
Well, occasionally a transport launch does slip from its intended destination. I'm not always the best at aiming.
I'm on board with this plan, Trudy. I think you should be plopping those dolls down in various random planets and homes without people knowing, and they're just there, and they're just so creepy. And I'm hoping you've got some cameras inside of them, just so you can like kind of check out what's going on as people walk in and find the dolls there, wondering just why is this in my house. And then you can, I don't know if you want to speak through the doll, let them know that it's the HOA, that you're being watched. This is your first warning. Work with me here. I want to make this happen.
First of all, it's very rude to show up unexpected. So I think it's important to dress my dolls as respectably as possible, to make them fully desirable in appearance, that one would want to welcome them into their homes, and perhaps even request a visit from one.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel the element of surprise is very important. Surprise inspections catch more offenders than letting them know you're coming and giving them a chance to clean things up.
But if you just merchandise them as a hot gift, set up the demand there, beings will just order them on their own volition and request them to be sent to their homes, for gifts.
You really quoted that hard too. Gifts. That was a very
gifts.
The air quotes you threw on that gifts was definitely, and a wink and a nod.
Is gift to mean something different on your world than it would in other worlds? Like gift generally means something that's given, and
it's the gift of Trudy's knowledge about how these people should be running their lives.
It's the gift of Trudy, or else. I think there's an or else with the dolls, with others that just unspoken. Be like this or else, which I think is rather practical.
It's a gift of enrichment. It's a gift of companionship, of a plaything. Surveillance is just kind of a bonus feature that comes with it.
Oh, that's lovely.
An unknown bonus feature. Nice. Very nice.
I guess wonderful. I think also, I think you should. This would be a wonderful thing to use to market to children. If there was a way you could make the child think that this is a spy from some being that might bring them presents.
That's also going to lessen the chance that the parents will get rid of the doll because they wouldn't want to make their kids cry.
No, unless they're cruel parents.
Well, yeah, if they get rid of it, you just put it back in the house, and it's just they think it's gone, and they come back home from being out at the grocery store or something, and the doll is back.
There's nothing more reassuring than a doll that you've thrown out because it unnerves you reappearing at random times. You're washing your hands or something, combing your hair in the mirror, and the doll just kind of creeps up behind your shoulder.
And then you look in the mirror, and it's back there. Yes. Oh, I love it.
So effective. It's so reassuring. It reminds you you're alive.
I kind of prefer when they're unpacking their groceries and whoop, there it is. I'm back.
Nice.
Oh, look, these lovely muffins I bought. Oh, no, it's a devil doll.
Gift with purchase, yes.
Oh, nice. Well, this has been fantastic. I'm
Lovely.
on board. I'm on board with the surveillance aspect because knowledge is power, in my opinion.
You convinced Trellis.
Yes.
This is quite an accomplishment here. Is that you turned Trellis. I know at the beginning you may have noticed certain antagonism from it.
I was against it at the beginning, but no, Trudy, you've won me over. It's sticking your nose in other people's business, getting them to do what you want, but without them really knowing it. And that's just so underhanded. I love it. I love it. And if anyone knows about noses, it's me.
He's had many as you. Oh, here's a few more volumes of the flip book if you want to look through.
Oh, yes.
About the history of noses. Also, I want to point out at one point he mentioned about converting the nose. There's another. One time he had his nose inverted because someone punched him in the face. But that's a whole other story.
Well, that's a fright.
Horatio, did you want to do the entry today, or is it your turn or my turn?
I can't remember. I was trying to come up with something wonderful.
I feel like I did the last one.
Unless Trudy has a.
Trudy, do you have something?
Idea?
Because we want to make sure this meets your standards.
I'd like to close out with just a little gentle nudge for your listeners.
Oh,
if you have a gift giving occasion coming up this season, you might want to endow your recipients with one of Trudy's cuties.
Oh, Trudy's cuties.
I got this.
That's
so
the entry. That's the entry.
Trudy
right
Frutti
there.
dash Nuisance Minor. Trudy's cuties.
Order them straight from Nuisance Minor. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Holiday gifts, the gift for all occasions.
Oh, and I like how you spelled it. You didn't spell it like C-U. You spelled it K-E-W.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
P-E-E.
All right, I'm gonna hit.
Oh, then there's an extra E, and there's an E that doesn't need to be there, and I think that's adorable.
All right, hit submit. All right, Trudy, thank you so much for coming by the booth.
It's wonderful.
And offering us all this cool information. What's going on with making people keep up with their yards, their gnomes, their planets. It's about time some order came out of the chaos of the universe, in my opinion.
And I should probably help you with your purse, your delightful smelling purse.
Let it go. Let it go, Horatio.
Back my purse. Just release your grip.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Trudith Trudy Frutti. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you mistakenly find yourself stuck in an alternate universe, you can just be your alternate self. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Amy Kahn as Trudith Trudy Frutti. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
And before you go, we here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers would like to announce that we're now a featured podcast on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you like. From sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. We here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers won't judge you. To your face, at least. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. As mentioned earlier, our podcast is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in this episode's description, and use the promo code ZERS, Z-E-R-S, to receive a 1-month free premium subscription. 1 month is better than no months, I always say, and I'm Trellis Gardeen.
Shut up and sit down.